Hi everyone, Heidi Smith here, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based here in the United Kingdom. I'm also known as Flutter by Heidi, and today's project is using the fabulous woven heirlooms. Just the stamp set and a very quick and easy card for you to put together. Absolutely perfect if you're just starting out with stamping. And the beauty of this stamp set is you've got some lovely scripty font and some super accent images as well, which work really well with some of the soft colour palettes in the in colours. Now, in colours are the colours that change every 2 years. So each colour comes in and lasts for 2 years. Usually there's 5. This time we've just got 4. So on this card I used our Seaside Spray and our Pretty Peacock, which you can see here. And on the second card I'm actually going to use Terracotta Tile and Rococo Rose. Not a colour combination I'd normally put together, but I was inspired by the lovely Woven Threads paper, where you can see they've put Terracotta Tile and Rococo Rose together in a number of places, and I thought, well, let's give it a go on a card. So the papers, by the way, are only available till the end of May, so if you love those papers, get them very soon. So we're going to start off with a standard card base. This is a tent-fold card, whichever your preference is, and I've cut a piece of card that is 14.5 by 21 centimetres, and I've then scored that at 10.5 centimetres on the long edge to create our tent-fold card base. You can see there. So that's going to be our base card, and so I'm going to use the Rococo Rose to stamp our lovely leaf image. Now with the leaf image, because it's quite a strong colour, what I'm actually going to do is stamp off first. And what stamping off means is that you ink it up, and then, God, lost my words for a moment. You ink it up and then stamp to one side with it. And the leaf stamp set that I'm using is actually one from another stamp set that's got a real vintagey feel to it, and that is our Very Versailles, which is this stamp set here. And you can see I've got a lovely leaf image and this lovely scripty bit as well. So that's another one that if you're starting off and you love a vintage effect, these two stamp sets work really well together. So my Very Versailles, I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to stamp off first, and as I say, that gives a nice soft kind of soft colour. If I show you what I mean. So we take our stamp, and it's quite a big stamp, so I'm just going to take my ink pad to the stamp, put that all over, and you'll see if I stamp that straight down, it's quite a strong colour, whereas if I stamp it off on my paper first, you get just a softer, prettier effect. And this is a great way of getting shading on your images. If you've only got one ink pad, by doing this you actually end up with the effect of having two different colours. So I've just done that again to create that second image. Same again. So with our ink pads, tap, 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 move it around because you don't want any hard edges on this. And again, just over on the side there. And these stamp sets have a beautiful detailed imaging on them as well. So all the hard work and shading is done by the stamp itself. So we just stamp that down again, and a little bit there, like so. So that's our card base. So pop that to one side. Then we're going to create our layers to go in the middle. So I've already cut myself some pieces of card, and these are the smallest one is 6.5 by 6.5 centimetres, so 2.5 by 2.5 inches, just a 1/4 inch, 1/2 centimetre bigger. This one is 7 by 7 centimetres, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and the final one is 7.5 by 7.5 centimetres, which is 3 by 3 inches. And you'll see when you layer those up, you just get that just nice little border all the way around. So we're going to stamp our sentiment. So the sentiment that that I used on the previous card was this lovely one, Prayers and Heartfelt Thoughts. So unfortunately, you know, we all have to make sympathy cards, but I think this one just says that little bit more than just with sympathy, and is a lovely one to give. So ink up the pad, so again tap tap tap, and just pop that. I'm just using my grid paper to help keep that square, like so. Not as square as it might be. Okay, and then we've got a little scroll as well that we can use. So I'm just going to, no, I'm not going to use that scroll, I'm actually going to use the other one. Now, I've been very bad, I was using it literally for a project a few moments ago, so what I'm going to do now is just very quickly clean that up. She says hopefully using her Simply chamois, which, okay, not about, right, so I don't want to stamp it with that because that's a bit blue. Ah, here we go. Here's my chamois. So I'm just going to come in with my Simply chamois and just clean that up, and you can see that gets into all the grooves, cleans up beautifully, and you are ready to stamp. Again, I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping off to give that slightly lighter feel. Okay. And then all we need to do now is actually layer those up onto our card, and I'm going to glue those using our adhesive runner. So this one's called Snail. It's soon to be replaced by Stamp and Seal, and that's going to come out very soon. And I mean, Snail is great, but they've actually come up with a new formulation that has got more glue per millimetre, so it's stickier per millimetre, so that is going to be absolutely fantastic for our projects. So there we go. So there's our layers, and I'm just using some Stampin' Dimensionals. So these are little foam pads, and if you've ever tried to cut the rolls of double-sided foam with your scissors, you'll know that you end up with a very sticky mess. With the Stampin' Dimensionals, they come in two sizes, and they really are fantastic for ensuring that you don't have sticky scissors. There are these little hexagonal shapes. They pop off the back absolutely beautifully, and they stick so well. So all you need to do is then attach that just in the centre of your card, and then to finish it off, a lovely way to do that is just to come in and echo the very front of your card with your on the inside. So I'm actually going to stamp off twice, so I'm getting a really subtle effect, and you see just that really subtle branch on the inside. So same again, once, twice. This is what we call third generation. And there we have a pretty simple, Simply Pretty stamp. It's a card using just very simple colours. So single colour ink, cut the bits of card and some Whisper White, and there you have a set of cards for anybody. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you'd like to purchase any of the products you've seen today, pop along to my shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, or to my blog where you'll find links to all of these products. Thanks for watching, and come back and see me soon. Bye now.